So a question I am asked often is, why do a month-long program called the Skoltech Innovation Workshop? The answer is quite simple. It is every student's first exposure to the incredible world and family that is Skoltech. This is a place without limits, without bounds, and where you, during your time at Skoltech, you can apply your research into something that is both innovative and entrepreneurial. So students, another question I'm asked often about the Innovation Workshop is, what should you take away from it? I think there's a lot of things I hope you'll take away from it. A, I hope it was a really worthwhile experience. Two, I hope you had the opportunity to meet a lot of your fellow students, of which some now I hope are friends. Three, you got to meet some of the great professors from the Center of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. And four, I hope it puts a little seed in your head that with the projects you've done here during this intensive month-long program, you can continue those projects even though you're going into your traditional studies. Or maybe you have an entirely different project or idea that has commercial value. But now that you've understood some of the fundamentals of how to develop an idea with your professors, with your mentors, and with your fellow students, there are no limits of what you can do here at Skoltech.
So why we need entrepreneurship and innovation at Skoltech? Well, because while doing science is extremely entertaining, I believe that science and technology needs to fulfill some purpose. So therefore, innovation is when you get this science and technology useful for society.
I just actually love the atmosphere of this event, and it's really outstanding just to get acknowledged with so many people from foreign countries and who are quite experienced, and their experience is totally polar and unpredictable for our reality. And especially for me as a student, it was very cool to be with them on the same level of our communication. So I couldn't imagine such a situation in life.
Okay, hi, my name is Max. I'm the Director for Innovation Management Co-Creation from Ernst & Young in Western Europe, and I've been invited to this incredible journey here on the Innovation Workshop in Moscow, Russia, which is unbelievable. So we had a lot of great time in the last couple of weeks, and we spent so much with the students, which are so smart, in order to create really ideas and perform that into products and first prototypes. And for us as mentors, it's so unbelievable because to see the cultural difference, but also on the mental fitness, that 1 month pushing through, and the passion in which the students go into their ideas. And I have to tell you, with the mentors, with the students, is such a nice interaction, and I think that makes it absolutely unique here in Russia and Moscow at Skolkovo and Skoltech, really to perform this kind of innovation workshop. So thank you very much for the invitation.
What I do technically in the innovation workshop as a teacher, instructor, professor. First, I push students into firing that inspires them. We call it hunch. Then we push students into building something based on this hunch, and this something we called prototype. And then we push students to show it to somebody outside of Skoltech, and it is called end user feedback or customer development or whatever you call it. So most people love networking, and this is true. Networking is incredibly important for education. Many people cynically say that you come to university only to build your network, and Innovation Workshop is built to expand your network. You meet all 300 students from your class. You meet 200 students and TAs who support the event, who develop laboratories for you. And you meet at least 50 different faculty. It's a beautiful networking opportunity, and we have these pub meetings, so it is a good networking. And of course, in the end of the day, some of the projects that are being developed in Innovation Workshop, they reach Skolkovo and become Skolkovo startups. And this is basically a technical KPI of Skoltech. Skoltech is mandated by Ministry of Education and Ministry of Finance to produce Skolkovo startups. We are not ashamed of that because it is a great achievement to become Skoltech startup. And therefore, in the end of the day, we reach these KPIs.
Hey, my name is Johannes. I'm from Germany. I do work for Under Armour in the marketing department. So thanks a lot for having me. It's the second time for me to be here as well. And I really enjoyed the first time. I loved it. So I'm totally happy to be back here. And the students are as inspiring and hopefully inspired as well by us like last time. And really what drives me and what gave me the motivation to come here is to help them come out of their comfort zone, because I think most of them, are super smart, but they never really know how to stand in front of a crowd and to sell their product. So I think this, for me, to see how they progress over the course of the innovation workshop is really something that is really inspiring for me. And then the topics as well, like as said, I work in marketing, so not a technological background. So I'm also learning a lot from them. And I think this is exactly what this is all about. It's about, students teaching mentors mentoring students, and then, obviously the network between the mentors and the professors is absolutely amazing and makes this super unique. And then the hospitality of all the Russians, of all the people that run this workshop is just incredible. So thanks a lot for having me, and please keep on doing this amazing workshop.
Hi, my name is Skip Stevenson. I'm a second-time mentor here to the Skoltech Innovation Workshop. The reason I participate is because it's an opportunity to meet bright young students who may want some guidance or help maturing their ideas. It's a little bit of an exciting ride for the student to come in and form teams of people they don't know, and then try to drive to a point where they have a really good proof of concept of something that's innovative and exciting that could also turn into an opportunity for them to change their future. Usually in the cases like this, when students start a master's program, they're just going off and doing their regular research. But this is a way of accelerating the learning curve and giving a perspective to the students that there's other ways of creating intellectual content and property that will give them the skills to compete in the future world, in the future employment world. The environment here is unique in the sense it invites an international audience of students to come together. We learn from the diversity and the difference in perspective, and we create great things.
So students, another thing many of you asked me is, what is the culture of Skoltech? The culture of Skoltech is each of you. And what that means is what you do beyond now, the innovation workshop, is what builds the culture and the family of Skoltech. What you do in your studies, what you do with your friends, what you do as an activity that contributes to the culture that is Skoltech, that's up to you. So if you have an idea for a club, if you have an idea or a project that continues beyond innovation workshop, if you have a talent that is artistic or musical that you want to share with the greater community of Skoltech, that's how we build the culture that is Skoltech. So remember, we are a young university for Russia and globally focused. What that means is there are no limits and there are no bounds to what is this culture here at Skoltech. It begins with each of you.